Hello and welcome to April 4th, where we're reading Joshua 3 through 6. Now, this section ends off our reading for this week by conquering Jericho and leaving it the smoking ruin underneath Israel's feet. God steps in and, over the course of a few chapters, leads Israel to a great victory, something they could not achieve on their own, but by God's work and by God's grace, their entrance into the land is secure. So read on to see how this happens. This is familiar history to many people who've read the Old Testament before, but it is worth reading. So please go and read the chapters, and then when you're done, come back here and get a brief summary on all of those. If you're interested in a specific breakdown of what is in each individual chapter, Chapter 3 recalls the crossing of the Jordan River. Israel needs to get into the land of Canaan. They are currently on the east side of the Jordan River. They need to be on the west side of the Jordan River. That's the land of Canaan proper. And so chapter 3, just like God parted the Red Sea to allow Israel to walk across and escape from the Egyptians, here God parts the Jordan River to allow the Israelites to cross and go conquer the land of Canaan. He was with Moses in that particular way. He's with Joshua in that particular way. God is still with you. Go out and do his work. In chapter 4, there is a memorial that is set up for that. It's 12 stones pulled from the riverbed, set up in the riverbed to be a little memorial to how God, cleared the water out and let the people build an altar there, essentially, and then put the water back over it. A nice memorial so that they can point it out to their children and say, hey, I remember when God did these things for you. Chapter 5 is an odd chapter, because chapter 5 covers the circumcision of Israel. Israel is not clean when they're walking in the wilderness. They're not fully adhering to the law of God. They get in the land of Canaan, but if God is going to be with them, they have to be a pure people. They have to be obedient to him. And so there's this period of time where they are all circumcised to make sure that they are holy and righteous before him. And then they have to recover from that, because that's not something that is super easy or pleasant to recover from. But Israel is forced to recover from that, and they stall out just a little bit before they get into Jericho. At the end of chapter 5, Joshua sees a special man who is the representative of God, essentially, and God's messenger says, "Are you with me or not?" Joshua says, "Yes, we're with you." And God says, "Fine, take Jericho. Walk around the walls," in chapter 6. 6 days, you walk around the walls once each. The seventh day, you walk around 7 times, and then you blow some trumpets, and you shout, and God's going to knock the wall down. And guess what? He knocks the wall down. That's the conquering of Jericho. They destroy that. But of course, we're going to run into a snag next week when we read some chapters on Monday. So keep that in mind. They've conquered Jericho, but maybe not everything's quite as good as they want it to be. Thanks for listening to this. If you've got extra notes you want to check out, there's some on the written page. Go ahead, and if not, then I will see you next week when we start covering the reading for then.